Well, bless the Lord. It's day 22 of our challenge, and we're doing Proverbs 22. So let's jump in. All right, it says, a good name is to be chosen rather than great riches, loving favor rather than silver and gold. The rich and the poor have this in common: the Lord is the maker of them all. The prudent man foresees evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. By humility and fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life. Thorns and snares are in the way of the perverse. He who guards his soul will be far from them. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. He who sows iniquity will reap sorrow, and the rod of his anger will fail. He who has a generous eye will be blessed, and he who gives his bread to the for he gives his bread to the poor. Cast out the scoffer, and contention will leave. Yes, strife and reproach will cease. He who loves purity of heart and has grace on his lips, the king will be his friend. The eyes of the Lord preserve knowledge, but he who overthrows the words of the faithless, but he overthrows the words of the faithless. The lazy man says, there is a lion outside. I shall be slain in the streets. In the mouth of an immoral woman is a deep pit, and he who is abhorred by the Lord will fall there. Foolishness is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction will drive it far from him. He who oppresses the poor to increase his riches, and he who gives to the rich will surely come to poverty. Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your heart to my knowledge. For it is a pleasant thing if you keep them within you. Let them all be fixed upon your lips, so that your trust may be in the Lord. Have instructed you today, even you? Have I not written to you excellent things of counsel and knowledge, that I may make you know the certainty of the words of truth, that you may answer the words of truth for those who send to you? Do not rob the poor because he is poor, nor oppress the afflicted at the gates, for the Lord will plead their cause and plunder the souls of those who plunder them. Make no friendship with the angry man, and with the furious man do not go, lest you learn his ways and set a snare for your soul. Do not be one of those who shakes his hand in a pledge, one of those who is surety for debts. If you have nothing with which to pay, why should you take away your bed from under you? Do not remove the ancient landmarks which your fathers have set. Do you see a man who excels at his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before unknown men. So much to unpack, yeah, but verse 1 a good name is to be chosen rather than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. It's important to know that your name is important. Even Jesus said, let your yes be yes and your no be no. In today's time, especially in business and in the industries, people often love to overpromise. They love to oversell things, and then what happens quickly to those companies, and that is they get a name, or that salesperson gets a name, and it's like, oh, don't do business with that guy. Word of mouth is still one of the most influential things in that. Even when you look at people who are charged of a crime and then get exonerated, but you still have what we call the court of public opinion, and their name is forever tattered. So your name, keep it clean. Let your yes be yes, your no be no. Don't overpromise. Don't oversell anything in your life. Just be honest and try in every situation and circumstance to be as brutally honest, even if it costs you a sale or costs you a friendship. You probably don't need that friendship, but do not let your name go down, because it is chosen rather than great riches. The rich and poor have this in common: the Lord is the maker of them all. A lot of times I see guys in the same business as myself, and I say to them, "Wow, how'd you get there?" And that, and you tend to look at these guys and say, "Oh, wow, I want to be like that." But then I remember at the end of the day, the Lord is the maker of us both. And I have a relationship with him. That's more than anything. And sometimes those people have a relationship and sometimes they don't. But what makes me rich is that I know that the God who made him made me, and that what he is capable of, I am capable of too. But maybe I have to go a different road because I have a different calling. So don't envy, you know. Know this, that the Lord is the maker of us all. And God is not a respecter of persons. So what one man has done, maybe he done through wickedness, and that's how he got there. But his end, the Bible tells us, is turmoil and calamity, and that. But your end, because you fear the Lord, is great. A prudent man foresees evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. We have to, in this day and age, walk in great discernment. My daily prayer for myself is this: Lord, give me eyes to see what you see and shut my stupid mouth. Because, we tend to, you know, I tend to speak evil and so quickly and be negative and that, but the Lord is the one who creates all things, and it is best to for us to look through his eyes and speak only what he speaks for our own safety. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life. It says it all in that sentence there. We do not need to um, search for riches, nor honor or life. It's in humility and in the fear of the Lord. Thorns and snares are in the way of the perverse. He who guards his soul will be far from them. Guard your soul. What is your soul? Your mind, will, and emotions. Guard those three things. Do not let the enemy run away with your emotions, and do not let your will overpower the will of God, and renew your mind with the washing of the water of the word. Train up a child in the way he should go. Proverbs speaks so much about disciplining, and that we should, as parents, grandparents, take that to heart. You are not to be your children's friend. You are their parent. You have a divine responsibility for their soul. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. It says it all there. Um, well, Darren, we live in a time where you can't get a house without a mortgage, and that's fine. That's fine. But you can also pray for wisdom and supernatural strategies so that you don't have to be there. Even Ecclesiastes 10 tells us there's a great error that I see under the sun, that the princes are walking besides the horses while the servants are mounted. The Lord has a vested interest in taking the church and restoring it to its rightful place. But he needs a church that loves him more than everything else, that has no other God before him. And we can only serve two masters, God and Mammon. All right. So we need to start making decisions to not let the enemy and become slave to a system. And I believe, I'm speaking from my heart now prophetically, I believe God is going to unpack supernatural strategies, business opportunities for his church. If you have an ear to hear what the Spirit is saying, if you pray this prayer: Father, that you open the eyes of my understanding, that I might be enlightened with supernatural knowledge from you. Give me ideas, give me strategies so I can walk in my destiny. Give me ears to hear what the Spirit says, eyes to see. Let me discern. And then I'm going to preface that with this: pray for a humble heart before God, and Make sure that the fear of the Lord is your covering. Okay? Make sure that you reverence God above all things, that you serve God and Him first, that you have no other things before the Lord Jesus Christ, before His God and Lordship in your life. That is super, the wisdom starts there, and everything builds from that. So I pray that you read Proverbs 22 today and it blesses you. I pray that you meditate on those scriptures, go further with them, get some revelation on it, and that it becomes a way of life for you. Well, bless you. I will see you tomorrow with Proverbs 23. Hey, we're almost at, the 31-day challenge, and I think, we should do it as often as we can. Get together, speak these scriptures together, you know, and just let God build our wisdom and our understanding and our knowledge of Him. Well, God bless you. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope you will read Proverbs 22, get it deep down in your soul, meditate it. It is life. Bless you. I will see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye.